Dota 2 is getting patched tonight. New balance changes will make everything right. Patch notes are up on Valve's website. Get online and send me an invite. Dota 2 is getting patched tonight. New balance changes will make everything right. Patch notes are up on Valve's website. We just wanna see ya push mid.
In the game, fury on. Gotta farm fast, get my Midas on. Non-stop juggle till I meet the quota. If I ain't farming, I ain't playing Dota. Where the creeps, I got to know. I spam my ult so my farm can grow. Team says I'm useless, but I know I'm pro. Just gotta rice, gotta get that dough.
I'm blowing through these towers with the power of my double serpent ward, refresher orb, and that's GG in half an hour. I ether shock. Yeah, that's the skill that I'm maxing. You can call me Rasta when you call out who's Raxin. Dota 2 is getting patched tonight. New balance changes.
Look guys, welcome again yet to another cast from your favourite customer, Mega Kai, bringing to you the Kiwi Challenge Series 2, Pool B, round number 4. It is going to be Team MOL versus Team VN, MOL being Mist of Immortality, while as VN being Vent Nomads, if I remember correctly. Just a quick plug in there for the Silicon Sports. They are doing Pub Stomp in Melbourne on the 17th of this month, which is just next week. That's where I'll be. I'll be flying over for that and PAX. So if you're in the area and you want to check up, I'll see you at the Pumaloma Bar. Going on to another plugin here for Company Gamers is a esports kind of hub for New Zealand. Go on, have a look at that site. I'm not going to spend too much more time on this, but it's www.barcraft.net. These guys, they really know what they're doing, and it'd be good if you could go along and show your support. And then quickly, the last plugin I'm going to do, it is Southern Cross Dota. They are a hub, or a community hub for people to go along and learn how to cast, if they want to run events, or they want to know what kind of events are upcoming, and perhaps even find people to play with in terms of making a team. So go along, sign up to their forums, have a look at their vlogs, say hi to Vix for me. You'll have a great time. I trust me, you won't be disappointed with their website. So go along, have a look, and get into the community that is the Australian-New Zealand Dota. This is, again, round 4. I am your caster, Mega Kai, and hopefully I have a co-caster with me. Are you there, buddy?
Dire team pick.
Are you there, buddy? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, buddy? In any case, I'm back. We're into the draft already. You can see that No French Fry or Team MOL have picked up a Darkseer. They have banded that very, very strong Lifestealer, and not wanting to fall suffer to the pains of Alchemist, have also chosen to get rid of that hard carry that is Alchemist. Meanwhile, on VN, they've banded that Batrider being probably the #1 pickup in terms of bans we see in almost every match. There's a Batrider ban, and they've chosen an unusual OD ban, which tells me they have something in mind for the mid lane position that doesn't do well against OD. But they have picked up that powerful off-laning or sort of tri-piece hero, which is Nyx Assassin. In any case, I think I don't have a co-caster at the moment. That's okay, guys. Just stick. I'm sure I could do this on my own. I'm sure I'm not a complete fool. In any case, although I'm sure someone is watching this and thinking, "Hey, this is less interesting." You're there. I can hear you.
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that OD ban?
Somebody wants to win mid. You know, when you want to win mid, you ban OD. That's basically what happens. I mean, if you're scared of the OD pick, a lot of teams are actually scared of the OD pick because OD is such a good mid hero. When you pick OD, you generally win mid, is what happens with OD. So, you know, yeah, it doesn't surprise me too much.
Yeah, and they've picked up their Queen of Pains. Obviously, that's their initial intention, I guess, for the mid lane position. They don't want any competition. They maybe ban out even a Puck if they want, or Magnus, I was going to say, as well, to secure the dominance in the mid lane. And against this lineup they have here, against a Darkseer and a Slark, the Slark, you don't see many pickups of Slark, but I think he's a very, very, very powerful. Is he a carry, would you say?
Actually, you can play Slark mid, you can play Slark offlane, and you can play him as a carry. I think he's more common in the mid or offlane, just because he doesn't add as much to a tri-lane as most other carries generally do. But he's pretty good in mid. He is like very good in mid. As soon as Slark hits level 6, yeah, things get scary.
I have seen the occasional Slark in a tri lane, because he still does have that jump that you can lock someone in place, and and you can kind of a little bit use that what is it called, the purge, the Dark Pact or whatever it is, to get rid of, shake off a bit of bit of abilities that are being put on you. Obviously not as greatly as you could do with a lifestealer, but where's he going to go? I guess that we'll see that very, very shortly as the rest of the draft continues, and we see another unusual faceless void ban, and we see Clockwork being banned because there was some good Clockwork action earlier today, and I think they just want to make sure that that side lane doesn't have a Clockwork.
Void ban, it's not that weird for me. Void is a really solid carry. Void is one of the most solid carries in the game, and I personally think he's a much better carry even than Anti-Mage for a lot of reasons. He doesn't farm quite as quickly, but for a lot of other reasons, he's much better. His team fight potential is so much stronger than Anti-Mage's. So, there's reason to be scared of a Void. It just so happens, a lot of teams much more prefer a more stable tri-lane setup, and Void doesn't have a lot to offer in the tri-lane, so that's why he's not picked up too often.
And for the first time, MOL picking up Phantom Lancer. We haven't seen many Phantom Lancer pickups at all in the Kiwi Challenge. There have been a couple, but not very many at all. And this being the very first pickup, I think, for the Kiwi Challenge Series 2. I don't recall anyone in the round Pool A having a Phantom Lancer. So the power of Phantom Lancer, or Cancer as we like to call him over here, the power of Cancer being that if you leave that Cancer alone for too long, he's going to build up that farm, and he's going to be a hard force to deal with.
He is picked up early though, so it gives Vent Nomads a chance to get some sort of a counter in there. They might end up picking an Earthshaker just because it's the most obvious hard counter. At the same time, it does mean you have to pick up an Earthshaker. Not a bad hero though, but they might have had other plans, and this might have forced them to pick up a hero they might not have wanted to. But either way, all this means is they're just going to have to start stacking some AoE damage to get rid of illusions.
And we see a Disruptor pickup. I think, if I remember correctly, I've never casted a Disruptor game. So this is going to be an exciting play. He's one of my favorite heroes in terms of the heroes I like to play. Not necessarily in a draft, but heroes I really like to play. I really like that, the ult there, the Static Storm. I really like the Kinetic Field. And if you can get that glimpse off perfectly, it can add so much in terms of displacement into the enemy's lineup. Oh, and the pushing power. I forgot to mention the pushing power, the ability to sort of just get rid of any reactionary TPs with that glimpse. You don't see that often, but that's another strong play that he go for.
He definitely lives up to his name. Disruptor is very good at disrupting. And I want to add Thunderstrike as well. It's really useful for ganking because it gives it gives you vision over the target that's being thunderstruck as you're pursuing. So, a lot of very good abilities. I'm very surprised Disruptor isn't picked up more often. I think he's a great hero. And this is I'm really going to enjoy watching Disruptor being played in this game, and combos pretty well with Gyrocopter as well. So there you go.
Yeah, we see yet another Gyro pick up. We do see a Sand King pick up. Sand King and Gyrocopter, Gyrocopter more so. They're played quite regularly in all the tiers that I follow. Sand King, though, I think the problem with this lineup they've got so far on MOL's team is that everything is going to suffer slightly in the early laning phase because it's all just locked into melee. So they're going to be easy to harass out of lane if the lineup that Vent Nomads pick can do that. If they can actually provide a little bit of harassment, it'll be difficult because they don't have any sort of counter harassment. Or harassment of their own, sort of thing.
Oh, actually, Gyro. Why did I forget about Gyro? Gyro is a very, very good counter to Phantom Lancer. You switch on the flight cannons, all the illusions are gone. Say goodbye. That's a very effective counter, and it's actually MOL's mistake that they didn't ban out the Gyro. They really should have banned out the Gyro, and I think that's going to really hurt them, the fact that they didn't.
Yeah, we had two very quick pickups on the last picks. We picked up Alina and a bounty hunter there for Vietnamese. I quite, while I think MOL's lineup is sort of slightly stronger, I do like the look of VN's lineup. To me, there's just something about it that just screams that this is going to work. And well, I guess I might be casting wrong again, but let's see if their prediction is true. I'm going to pick actually in this MOL, even though MOL played very, very well in their last game. I'm actually picking this as going to be a Vent game with the lineup that I'm looking at. And plus, I don't want to support the cancer team.
Yeah, it could. For me, it still goes either way. It's really going to come down to this laning situation, and Sand King, Lena, and Phantom Lancer is going to be a strong lane. Very strong lane.
10 seconds.
We'll really have to see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if it's tri-lane versus tri-lane in this game that we're going to see. Queen of Pain versus Slark mid, pretty obvious. Bounty Hunter versus Darkseer off lane. Would be probably ideal for their teams. Because I don't see Bounty Hunter living against MOL's lineup. So, if I were on VN, I would possibly look to... no, see, it's difficult because I think VN's tri-lane is slightly weaker, and MOL's tri-lane looks slightly stronger on paper.
Yeah, I don't know how to, I don't know. MOL's lineup, but everything seems really, really good. I just don't see the Sand King being as effective as I guess I've kind of lost faith a little bit in Sand King lately because I haven't seen some very good plays from many Sand King players in the last few casts that I've done. I should say in the last week of casting, Sand King being a big letdown in most of the games. So I think for me, what I'm starting to see is a little bit of Sand King starting to it's come up in popularity, but the plays are not there to follow through. We do see the occasional good epicenter, but we don't see those very quick blink daggers. And I don't think this is going to be a matchup when you're going to get a quick blink dagger. It's going to be a kind of a walking in scenario into ults for quite a while. In fact, because he's playing support, he may not even get a blink dagger at all until the very, very late game.
It's going to come down to this laning situation. You want farm on your supports. You want blink on both these supports, Lena and Sand King. Those are two blink heroes right there. And for that farming situation to happen, it's going to come down to what we're going to see in this laning. If these guys can secure their early laning, should be no problems. And with this lineup, this tri-lane looks fairly dangerous to me, so they should, in my opinion, be able to get this lane.
Yeah, and I don't know how well Slark is going to do against potentially a Queen of Pain or a Bounty in mid position. And that because I don't see anyone else doing mid, possibly Lena, but I don't think so. I think it's definitely going to be Slark mid, and if it is a Queen of Pain or a Bounty mid, I do think they're going to win that in terms of I don't think they can get shut down by the Slark. He is going to get pushed out of lane and denied a lot of CS, and even though he's going to get that level 6 and go ganking, I think it's a lost lane if.
No, Slark is like any melee in the mid. He's gonna bottle crow really hard, and then as soon as Slark gets level 6, it's gank time. Shadow Dance, you move really fast, you got a heart at level 6, you're just gonna go around ganking really hard. So, Slark's just looking for levels, and that's about it. He's not gonna beat Queen of Pain, but he shouldn't lose to Queen of Pain either. It shouldn't be a death. I'm just interested to see how they're gonna, who's gonna send, how they're gonna lane it. I mean, I know what positions they're gonna lane, but I don't know which team wants to lane where. So I don't know where the tri-lanes are gonna go. I don't know if the tri-lanes are gonna face each other or if the tri-lanes are not gonna face each other. They're gonna face each other's off lane. If that's the case, I'm going to say that MOL have got it pretty easy, because if you're going to go up against a Bounty Hunter solo and you've got 2 stuns and a slow, all you got to do is buy dust and you've won that tri-lane real hard, sentry wards, what have you. A lot harder for VN. You got to shut down a Darkseer with Surge, but I guess you do have a Disruptor though, and you see Darkseer running away with Surge, well, yeah, you just send him right back with Glimpse, so I guess that kind of works as well.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the. I'm just trying to think how this Vienna's going to do their lanes in terms of how this meta is going to go. I'm pretty sure it's obviously going to be Disruptor with Nyx and somebody else, but who is that somebody else? Is it somebody else going to? Most likely going to be Gyro, right? It's not. We're not going to see a Gyro. We're not going to see.
It's going to be Bounty solo, and Queen of Pain mid, and then the other three are going to try lane somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure if that's the way that me and you would play it, but I'm not sure. Like, because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, maybe these guys aren't going to do that. Maybe they're going to do something weird by putting this Bounty into the tri lane and put the Gyro in the long lane.
That's too risky. You're going to risk your Gyro against their tri lane if you potentially do that. It's too much of a risk. The best possible outcome is the lane the way I've basically said it, and if they lane any other way, it'll be weird and kind of like off-putting, but it won't work as well as how they should do it. And you know, if you draft like the way that they have drafted, there's only one way you really are gonna lane it. So lanes are pretty sorted. It's just more about which tri lane is gonna go where for me at the moment.
Yeah, and look, we've got a long pause here, guys. Like, you're going to take this chance just to do a couple of plugins for myself. I don't normally do plugins for myself, but if if you want to cast with me, I'm open to during the week, particularly. I do just random casts of the Australian New Zealand Guild. It is the largest Australasian guild. Has nearly 1,000 players, and they quite regularly have just random lobbies going up. And I could just go in those and I cast those for practice. Some of the people watching that will know that's where they know me from. So if you want to have a turn your hand, give it a go in terms of casting, let me know, add me on Steam. We'll arrange something probably for the following week, not this week because I'll be away, and we'll just see how it goes, because I'm all for developing as many casters into the community as possible. You can have a look at that. You can follow my Twitch if you're already watching Twitch. You can follow my YouTube and vice versa. The YouTube channel is NZ Dota Casting. It's not actually Amiga Kai, that was already taken. So yeah, plug-in for myself, and hopefully we're going to go now that everybody is connected.
Well, they seem all ready to go, and I'm ready to go, so G whenever, and let's get this started.
Thanks for that. Thanks.
Lots of time for everyone to think about what they're going to do in terms of laning phase. I'm sure both teams using that long beginning of the game pause to tactically decide exactly how they're going to actually pick it out. And we do see a smoke and a sentry will pick up on the Nyx, which is very, very good. I like to see that early. And also a sentry will pick up onto the Sand King. So both teams planning to deward, and I like that. This means that this game is potentially going to be the best game of the day, and that's what I'm looking for.
I'm especially liking the early smoke pickup, because we know there's going to be rotations. When you see smoke, this is rotations definitely happening. They're going to go mid, and they're going to try and pick up the Slark, and this is an advantage for them, because it's going to be easier for them to pick up the Slark, possibly than it is for the other team for MOL to pick up the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain is just going to be disastrously. Well, I can't even say the word. Queen of Pain is just going to be very difficult to pick off, basically, because Queen of Pain has a blink. Although saying that, if you combo properly with smoke, you get in there with the bow strike combo with Lena's light strike array, probably, still an easy kill. I love the cheeky top lane warding situation going on here with Bounty Hunter.
I don't know if it's actually going to block, because I think there was a bit of a change to these camps and how they spawn. However, I think the sentry wall that they put down to detect may block. So they may have blocked themselves.
No, I think as far as the sentries go, I think the ward actually has to be physically inside the camp. Don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly certain the ward needs to be physically inside the camp. In order for it to block, that is, so.
Meanwhile, the lanes are developing as you've called them. There is a Gyro in the bottom lane there with a Nyx Assassin there, and a Disruptor. I quite like that. I think that's a very, very strong defensive trailing. So yeah, okay, it could be defensive. It could be also offensive if they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
In the mid, we've got what we expected. We've got a Slack against a Queen of Pain there. I think that Slack is going to have a very difficult time. He already is on the screen, below halfway. It is only a few seconds into the game, just a couple of right clicks and a dagger, and he's down.
He started with a bottle. That's interesting. He went bottle first item.
And I'll be told by a number of people that's not the best way to play the game, but obviously they've decided that's the method to go with. That they're going to have this early bottle and go for a massive early bottle crow, which means they could potentially the Radiant here could pick off an early chicken if they play carefully, especially if they got the bounty in the area. He just has to go run and stand in lane and wait for it.
Slark is already completely done with those bottle charges. In fact, if you went bottle first, I'm really surprised that Slark didn't pick up that 0-minute rune, because, you know, if you're starting with bottle, it would be really useful to take that rune straight away, so I'm very surprised he didn't get the 0-minute rune.
In the top lane,
I've actually heard of
in the top lane, there is some sentry wards going down, so this bounty could be in trouble if he thinks he's going to sort of escape with smoke here. They're going to be able to see him, and they do. But there's no follow through.
He'll get initiated on. If he stays, he's going to get initiated on. Lena's still looking for wards. Lena doesn't know what's happening here. She wants to pull, but nothing is happening with that. Slark's going to pounce straight onto the DD rune. So, you know, Slark lives to fight another day because he's got some more regen. Darkseer, meanwhile, has pretty much been pushed out. He's gone. Mid lane again, Slark taking a lot of damage.
Irony, I was
not hitting that Death Pact or Dark Pact.
I was going to say irony, I'm just saying that, but I had mistakenly muted myself, talking to no one for a while. And yeah, as I was saying, wow, nice pick up there by Slack in the middle, bit of harassment onto the Queen of Pain, who's also got a bottle, but she has the advantage of all those early game items that she started with. Slack still only got a bottle. He can now afford some boots, and I believe he's going to bring that on the chicken. This is the opportunity here that they could pick off a chicken crow, pick off the chicken, and that, or the courier, and that would be very, very advantageous if they could do that. That's going to really hinder this Slack, who's probably going to be calling it any minute now.
You know, I kind of see the understanding here. With bottle first Slark, I think the understanding that I have here is that he didn't want to get stats because he feels like, you know, with Essence Shift, he already gets stats. So if you manage to hit the other hero a couple of times, you get the stats that you need anyway. So I figured that's the kind of
reasoning. And he doesn't send the bottle back on the chicken, on the courier, which I find very, very odd, given that there's still 20 seconds to go with the rune. I guess he's hoping for that rune first before he does so. Yeah.
Well, you're going up against the Queen of Pain with a blink. It's going to be a difficult situation to get the rune. However, Slark does have boots, so it's going to help somewhat.
And we do have this Darkseer. It looks like he's going to get killed if he's not careful. And he does get killed. Trying to farm that jungle. Big misplay there by the Darkseer. Going into the jungle to try and pick up an extra few levels. And that has just backfired. Although, I guess it's a death to creeps and not a first blood to the enemy team.
Yeah, you know, I wanna say it's a mistake, but that'd be a bit too obvious. It was a mistake, but the real mistake is that he didn't stay in lane, because he's got Ion Shell. And if you got Ion Shell, then all you got to do is Ion one creep in lane and let it go through, and you know, collect some gold, what have you, and that's all he really needed to do. But so he decided to go jungle instead, and it's risky, and yeah, it's just giving up that lane far too easily when all he needed to do was stay there and just Ion Shell over and over. There's going to be initiation here, Impale straight on top.
Yeah, and he's been nice. He's going to get away though. No, glimpse! Yes. Nice use of glimpse. Excellent use. That's what we like to see. That's next level play right there. That is going to be a Dark Death here. There's nowhere for him to go. He's trying to find a way out. And first blood.
Slug spot. Slug seeing if he can pick up anyone here, but just not gonna happen. Strategic pause.
This potentially being very, very bad here for the Slug player. He DC'd and his automatically sends him back. Now puts him in a really bad position, but he's lucky the other team couldn't pick him off while he was there. But he's looking for something.
Look at Slark at the moment. He's found the gyrocopter actually, and they can't hit him because he's inside the ulti.
No, that was a bit of harassment. He didn't have enough levels in his in anything really to be able to kill him. That was not really a wise. I don't think that was really a super wise. I don't think that was a super wise initiation there from Slug. I think he could have just saved that cooldown for something else. He didn't do enough damage. He knew he wasn't going to kill him.
Oh man, I don't know. He didn't have the damage. That was risky.
Queen of Pain going in on Slug. They're racing for the ruin. It's Slug just picking it up now, and she could get.
Slug should fight. He's got illusion. He should definitely fight. He's got illusion.
No, he's taking too much damage.
Well, he can't now because he's taken too much damage. But he could have.
He didn't have enough mana to start with, and I felt that that's why he's fleeing. He's decided, look, this isn't my fight. I'm going to back off. I'm going to pop those illusions just so I can get the charges out of this bottle, and I'll just send my illusions in to harass you.
Because the thing about Slark is Essence Shift. You can't underestimate this skill. Essence Shift is just in a 1v1 situation. You're stealing so many stats, and on top of that, you're getting so much agi from it. You very quickly turn a 1v1 onto your side with Essence Shift. This ability is insane in a 1v1.
Just want to draw your attention.
That's the reason why, yeah.
I just want to draw your attention a little bit to the Phantom Lancer doing very, very well in CS in this trail lane, being babysat by this SK and this Lina. This late game strategy could pay off. He's got tranquil boots, I guess, so that's okay. It's not what I normally like to see on my Phantom Lancer, but he wants to play this late game. And if they leave him alone, because they're just not even contesting it, if they leave him alone for too long, that cancer is going to be so difficult for them to sort of deal with.
You know what? Bounty Hunter's level 6 now. I'm thinking rotation time. Darkseer's kind of solo at the moment. Slark's mid. He knows where Slark is. Doesn't know where Darkseer is, but probably can gather that Slark's in the jungle at the moment. Queen of Pain's looking for a couple of kills here. Wars will spot that though. Wars will definitely spot that.
Lena tracked.
And Slark's gonna come in from behind. We're going to see a fight real soon. Something's going to break out because Slug's also here now.
Yes, with both of them here, they have so much gank potential, especially with
Disruptors in, TP. Initiation on the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, and so much Scream going down. Everyone dropping so low. Disruptor going to pick up at least one kill, if not two, if they're not careful. Slark also here to try and pick up somebody.
He needs to hit the sleep and he gets it.
But he's going to go down as a result. But nice. Actually, oh wow! This Disruptor playing extremely well. Good glimpse there. That basically sealing it as a victory for them because they picked up that Slug. If that Slug had got a kill and gotten away, that definitely would have worked out in the favour of MOL. But VN playing very aggressively.
Yeah. For sure. If you're going to lose one of your core heroes, that being of Queen of Pain, you got to trade with one of their core heroes to even it up. And good work on evening that up for on the VN side. Very well done by the Queen of Pain actually. That Sonic Wave ulti did so much damage to just about everyone on the MOL team. Absolutely insane damage. Like that was the key ability in that fight, and that was the reason that they won that fight.
Used to be. That is for certain.
Yeah, and we can see here there's just so much going on in the top lane here. Again, this Phantom Lancer not really taking any damage, not being harassed, not losing it, just ticking up that farm, and he's just one CS. In fact, he's almost pair to pair with this Queen of Pain. So their carry's doing very well. On the other side. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit confused there. I'm confusing myself. I'm saying, yeah, Phantom Lancer doing very well. He's just short of this Queen of Pain who's in the mid position. Oh, and there's a nice screen for Queen of Pain. Philip, and this is a track kill as well. All kind of manner of abilities, impale, a scream, but that's what they needed. Track kills, that's going to help the graphs, and that's going to get them all closer to that their first items.
I want to point out a couple of mistakes there made by both teams though. Phantom Lancer needed to use Doppelwalk pretty much straight away. Bounty Hunter revealed himself very quickly revealed himself, and there was no Doppelwalk. Any time he could have gotten away, you know, without being tracked, and he was too slow. He was way too slow to use that doppel walk, and bam.
And Slark going into the bottom lane
Not
with the
happening.
invisibility rune. He's looking to pick off this Darkseer, but he needs probably a little bit of assistance, and he's gonna have it in the form. Yeah, he's gonna. Sorry, looking to pick up
Phantom
the.
Lancer just got picked up again.
I was gonna say, I miscast there. Looking to pick up this gyro, and they're gonna do it. There's 3 of them there. There's nowhere for this gyro to go. He does do an ult, and he does do a cooldown. It is doing a tremendous amount of damage to everybody, but they just walk out of it and they take the kill and walk away. And it is still, I think, in VN's favor, given that they've got 6 to 3 kills, and this is
And
gonna
a tower on top of that.
yeah, and this is going really well for them.
That was a good trade because you know, PL got picked up on top. He actually got picked off twice while we were looking at bottom. He got killed once again. He basically TP'd into a group of 4 people, got instantly tracked. So 2 track kills in the matter of like under a minute, under 30 seconds even, if you will. I don't even know if he bought back, but he respawned really quick. No, he didn't buy back, but he respawned really quick, TP'd straight in and then got killed straight away. Initiation on mid. Initiation on mid. Slark. Under tower.
Maybe a little too overconfident now, wanting to get a kill definitely on the Queen of Pain because she look how low she is. So he did try his best, but just not being enough to seal the deal, unfortunately.
Oh, you just can't dive tower as a Slark. I mean, you know, you rely on that invis so much. You rely on being invisible while attacking, and just not going to work under tower. I mean, he was very close, but damn. Good TP, good support by Nyx Assassin there.
Yeah, sometimes you're in the nature of when you're playing the game, you've got the feeling that fortune favours the bold, and it doesn't always pay out. Sometimes you do have to be a bit patient, and sometimes when you're being patient, when you need to be diving, and so it is sometimes hard to call. And I want to make sure that, you know, I don't want to criticise too much because he almost got it. It was 1 right click away, so it could have worked out.
Yep, but it was definitely good rotation from the support Nyx over there. That definitely secured the kill on Slark as well.
Oh, we see a nice glimpse followed through with a whole bunch of abilities, easily picking off that Sand King. In fact, quite easily, they kind of went over the top with their abilities, but they wanted to secure that kill, and we could see this Disruptor being on form and adding so much to these team fights.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And he is an amazing team fight here. Well picked, very good pick. This is why I like seeing Disruptor.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's
Not seeing a lot of cohesion now for MOL though. They're getting picked off very easily, 1 by 1.
Is under attack.
and of course MOL have a victory up their sleeves. This potentially, if they win this, they'll pretty much is going to assure that they go on to the second round. But if they lose this, it's going to potentially put them in the same boat as VN, who've already got 2 losses up there on their side, and it's making the pool, like who's going to be second place in the pool, very, very difficult for the organizers to pick.
I think you'll be interested to see Disruptor's item at the moment. His new item in his backpack.
Yeah, I saw that pickup from the courier with the Gem of True Sight. I think that's going to make him more of a target. It's going to make that.
I think Bounty Hunter. Yeah, I think Bounty Hunter should be carrying this, and the reason for that is because he's got the track, and this means that he can see the invisible heroes, and then he can get the track on these invisible heroes. You know, Disruptor, it's good. It means you can use glimpse, but I just think Bounty Hunter would be much better.
And of course, Bounty Hunter does have that escape in the form of his Shadow Walk. So
yeah, so he's got higher survivability on top of everything else. Or even Nyx Assassin should take it over the Disruptor.
Oh, and this is going to be an engagement in the mid position. Queen of Pain using that invisibility rune, and her rest of her support team sort of waiting in the wings, ready to sort of pounce on the mid. And it's a track straight on the Bounty. This on the Phantom Lancer, and here comes the scream. Yeah, nice execution there. Good setup. You can see that coming with the invisibility rune, with the track. They're waiting, and it's another track kill. So it's, I don't know where this VN team has been all this time, but these are good strong plays.
I was actually going to say, I don't know why Queen of Pain stood so far out, because Queen of Pain could have probably stood just on that ledge going up from the river, and would have been in range for a Scream and a Sonic Wave without using the Blink cooldown. I think that my understanding is that Jomagen didn't want to be within the tower range, but the tower range isn't really that long. Like, it's long, but you probably wouldn't have been spotted if you just stayed sort of just over the river.
Hard to criticise a maneuver which got them a kill quite comfortably against the enemy carry. So you know, they're playing it the way they want to play it, and it's obviously worked out for them because they picked up that PL who had a couple, like just like before, had a couple of opportunities to doppelgang, but just waited too long.
Oh well, he didn't see that one coming. He had no way he had no clue that that one was coming. Sand King though. Oh, not gonna get caught. Slyke wants a bit of blood though. Maybe he'll be the one bleeding actually.
I don't know where this VN team is. They've had this break. They've now come back into the game, really recharged, and you can see it in the way they're playing. They're playing so much more fluid. You know, be the water, as Bruce Lee would say. And the MOL, be the opposite. They've come back from a win, and they're sleeping very, very sluggish. They're not responding very well. And at the moment, it's looking very bad for MOL's early game.
This is going to be initiation. This definitely has to be initiation. Everybody is in wake.
Tower is under attack.
Sonic Wave though on cooldown. That would have been devastating.
Yeah, that's what
the Queen of Pain ulti was.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say we still haven't seen a nice overlay with Static Storm just yet, and the whole team's there, so they're gonna push that advantage. They've got the Disruptor ult, and they've also got the cooldown from the gyros, so they're looking to initiate and use both of those to get a solid amount of kills. And I think that's what we're gonna see in this mid lane area if they keep the push up.
You know, honestly, all they need to do is keep tracking, keep the vision on the enemy heroes, and just wait for a pick, and they can do that because they have Glimpse. Glimpse is their key ability at the moment. So on cooldown at the moment, but you know, when it's there, when it happens, it'll be their key ability. And Queen of Pain wants to go straight and no waiting.
And we saw all those AoE abilities, all those AoE abilities, and that is a big pickup there for VN. In fact, that's going to be the mid tower, if not potentially the tier 3 tower. They should be able to at least pick up this mid tower, and just as I called it before, they're just waiting for that right opportunity to overlay abilities. Not perfectly, but that worked out good enough, picking up 3 kills.
Yeah, they needed someone to initiate. Queen of Pain, you know, martyred herself, and it was totally worth it. Queen of Pain suicided into there, initiated. It meant everyone else got to get in there for free and do a ton of damage.
I want to draw your attention quickly to this camp here where the bounty is. He wanted to buy some time for his teammates to be able to take out this tower, and he could see the creep wave, so he's pulled it into this camp here. And basically aggroed the camp, picked up the CS from the camp. The wave still hasn't been denied, and he's going to now pick up that wave as well for his team. Excellent play there. That's the kind of level of Dodo we want to see.
Yeah, pulling the creeps away, that was really good. In fact, they, you know, he might not have even needed to do that. He could have probably been fine just leaving, just kind of getting the creep aggro and just keeping it behind the tower. But you know, pulling the creep wave away into the neutrals, that kind of works too. That's not too bad. I can dig that.
Yeah, he's also picked up that extra CS that the enemy creeps have helped farmed him out. You know, that's a great move, and I like to see that. That's making efficiency out of the situation, you know, which is going to sort of hammer home their advantage against Team MOL.
Queen of Pain now has Orca Malevolence, and Phantom Lancer just picks up a Diffusal Blade now, so 2 core items are now up.
Yeah, and we may
should be a bit of a changer.
I guess all MOL's chances, can they get enough farm on this Phantom Lancer? If they can do that, then this game will, you know, it will eventually turn into a game where this Phantom Lancer gets out of control if VN don't push their advantage. They need to keep applying pressure so that this Phantom Lancer has no choice but to react. You know, if they give him any room to farm, he's going to take it, and he's going to punish them later for not having been aggressive enough.
And you know, he really needs it right now too, because he's 0 for 3. He's got 3 deaths. He's just picked up a Diffusal Blade, and it's basically his only item. He skipped drums, got the Tranquil, no Soul Ring. Soul Ring's kind of optional anyway. No Aquila, so straight from boots into the core item, and you know, we'll see if it helps. We'll see if it helps. But MOL definitely needs to start being on the offensive very soon. They have the heroes to do it. They just need the opening.
Yeah.
They have the gank potential. They just need to find an opening to do it.
Yeah, that having none of those secondary items or other core items for the Phantom Lancer is going to, they are going to suffer because they've got the damage, the AoE damage that's going to come out of the Disruptor in the form of the Thunderstrike as well as his ult. All that flak cannon and rocket barrage damage from neck minute or the gyro. It means that his illusions are only going to have a very short period of time to burn any mana. And he's not high enough level in any case to be able to farm up an army yet.
He has no levels in Juxtapose because his level is too low. Yeah, that's what he needs right now. He needs the levels. He's unfortunately he's been pushed. He's died too many times, and on top of that,
oh, nice!
Initiation on top of Darkseer,
excellent.
That's an easy kill.
Queen of Pain
Gold included.
Yeah, and another combination with Queen of Pain and Bounty, picking up another. I think that's like the 6th track kill that they've got so far, and this is going to hammer them. Let's take a quick look at the graphs, and it tells me that the gold difference 20 minutes into the game, because we missed that mark, was over 13,000 gold difference. And 20-minute mark, it was 10,000 XP gain. So this is definitely officially a snowball when it comes to my standards. And now they're going for a rush pickup. This is just yet another.
I definitely love this decision to go Roche. They have the medallion, and when you have the medallion, you go for the Roche, and you got the damage to do it as well. So why not? This is just going to extend their lead. That's another 1,000 gold for their entire team.
Man, this is not going at all. Like I feel that while they've got this powerful pickup for the Phantom Lancer, they're just being outplayed. That's purely and simple. The players that are coming out of VN being so strong. They're just doing so well, and I can't fault them. There's little things that I can fault them on, like not doing the right thing at the right time, and Disruptor using his ult to kill the triple stack. But other than that, it's just these minor things.
It's not. Did he just use his ult to kill a triple stack?
Yeah, I mean, he needed the farm, but they're feeling so confident and they're doing so well. I quite like the fact, like I said, they've got all these minor things they're doing wrong. It doesn't matter. They're outplaying their opponents in all the lanes. And I do think it was this decision to put Slark in middle that has really slowed down MOL. Because they didn't really have a choice, but,
Slark middle's fine though. Slark middle is standard. Like if you pick up a Slark, it's generally where you would probably put your Slark, is most likely.
Yeah, but he got so shut down in the middle. He couldn't pick up any CS. He couldn't deny. He couldn't do anything. And you could see his CS is 52. Queen of Pains is double that. And
Initiation straight onto Slark now. Track as well as Orchid. That was an easy kill. That's the nature of picking anything against Queen of Pain though. Queen of Pain is just so good at mid. You pick anything against Queen of Pain, you're risking not winning that lane. The way you beat Queen of Pain in mid is you use OD, because OD beats everyone in mid, so they banned out OD too, because they knew.
Yeah, and now they're going to take this tier 2 tower. I don't think there's going to be a challenge here. This tower's going to go uncontested. It should go uncontested because there's only these two heroes here to contest it. Meanwhile, Phantom Lancer, he's going for the farm as much as possible, and he is picking up a little farm. He is second for CS, so it's not like he's getting no farm.
He needs a TP scroll. They're about to siege T3. He's got to get back there straight away, and this is the problem. He can't build it. His level is still too low. He can't build up enough of an illusion army to do this solo push. If his level was a bit higher, he could just solo split push with these illusions and do whatever he wants elsewhere. Oh, and he's going to get glimpsed back to bottom lane. Goodbye. Amazing. Love that glimpse. This is Disruptor at its peak. Two more kills to go down. Lots of ultimates used. Darkseer is going to scrape just a little bit of health off to make it out alive. And Phantom Lancer a little bit late to the party. Gonna get a bit of leftovers here. Initiation, track.
This is a disaster. This is a disaster. He gets down, and they have no choice. They're retreating back to the well. They know they have been pushed severely hardly. Phantom Knights are buying back. They're going to try and save this. This is their chance. I think they're going to call GG if they can't defend this Rax. and they're trying their best. They're trying to get in there. They just can't. There's just too much threat from this gyro. They take top racks, and that is a terrible, terrible scenario there. Bit late vacuum wall. That's not really going to do anything just now. Oh wait, but they threw a lot of damage down on the gyro. They forget that he's got the Aegis. He's going to come back with a rocket barrage and a cooldown, and he's going to clean them all up. This is definitely, from my perspective, with my full side, this is GG right here. At least they can pull something out of a hat.
Nothing to be pulled. That's it. They're done. Glimpse is going to take him all the way back straight. No, didn't even need that.
Yeah, and GG called, you know, and that was very, very predictable, you know. And this hits home to those guys who are watching. You know, when you're about to lose those racks, you've got to think about, okay, are we going to let them lose the racks and sort of keep playing? If we are, then we should play very, very carefully, not overextend this counter push to try and drive them away or circ out these kills. Because in every game, it's the same MO. People trying to save, throwing everything at it to save their racks, and then buying back, and they're ready to I don't know what, clean up or sort of regroup, and they just throw it. And there's a big throw there, but you know, congratulations to VN, their first victory. In fact, I think that's their last game in the pool. If I quickly have a look at the chart, they've got one more match against Silent. So Vent getting a life back, actually. If they'd lost this, they would have had very little chance to go through to the next round. But very well done, very exciting game, and that was probably the best game of the night. We'll see you guys for the next game, which is happening very, very shortly in about 15 minutes.